Hi, good morning. My name is Rinaldo Aguirre. It is Tuesday, June 17th, 2025, and the time is about 5:35 a.m. Central Time. I am making this recording to document and process a new piece of intelligence I received on March 18th, 2025, from the Venezuelan army informant. The message was three short lines. First, Harold Martinez is the man. Second, they are evaluating recovering the asset. And third, Weston, Florida. I have to assume the informant is referring to Harold Martinez, my former partner's boyfriend. This prompted me to look back at my interactions with him over the years, and I can now identify several patterns that align with the tactics of this network. He once referred one of their most dangerous agents, a man known as Dr. Mansour, into my circle. He came to stay at my house on multiple occasions. On one trip, he asked to borrow $2,500, which I now recognize as a psychological technique they use to lower your guard. Amusingly, just a few months after borrowing that small sum, he called me for technical advice on building a new airline with his Arabian friends, a project that would require tens of millions of dollars in seed money. The themes of logistics and aircraft routing were a clear overlap with the interests of this organization. With this in mind, I checked my system, and it turns out Harold is a street name marker used in their equity ledger. This means the man I knew as a friend has a financial stake in this criminal enterprise. A link to the properties that represent his equity is in the description. I do not think I have mentioned this before, but the feeling you get when you realize someone you considered a friend, maybe even family, is trying to assassinate you, is devastating. It feels as if a small part of your soul dies. At least I know now what my life is worth to them. 5,167 property chips in their wicked ledger. Now, regarding the informant's mention of Weston, Florida. For personal reasons, I had designated Weston as an exclusion zone in my research. It was a place I would not investigate, but now that the informant has explicitly named it in connection to a threat, omitting it would be aiding and abetting a crime by omission. I can no longer stay silent about it. Reflecting on all this, it becomes clear that what they did 10 years ago has to be one of the biggest military mistakes in history. They took the one person who could bring them down, someone with an expert knowledge of distributed systems, and they put him in a jail at the heart of their biggest operational hub. They allowed him to watch and observe everything for years, and then they effectively handed him their entire operational database. It seems to have backfired on them terribly.